to you. What they gonna say when you dead and gone? Ask yourself. On the quest to build a legacy, living like a refugee, travel across the 7 seas, protection is my expertise, the Lord just keep on blessing me, glorious another deed, took my baby moms to court, now her ass ain't stressing me, from one generation to the next, we got the fools perplexed, but the real show respect, when I'm dead and gone, please declare these mighty acts, I'm here to fight the good fight and finish the race, take me to the prime minister, release these restraints, exiled by our own country, trying to be saints. Label enemy of the state, but we ain't pumping our brakes. They say destroy and rebuild, so it gets real in the field. If these words give you chills, then you feel how I feel. They put a target on my back, and plus they put a target on your back. J. Edgar Hoover put eyes on the projects. Ronald Reagan put vows in the projects. They blamed it on Pablo. They blame us for a lot, though. They can't defend the legacy. These demons got their eyes closed. They blamed it on Tupac. They blamed it on Malcolm. These demons got their eyes closed. They'll never see the outcome. They can't defend the legacy. These demons got their eyes closed. They blamed it on Tupac. They blamed it on Malcolm. These demons got their eyes closed. They'll never see the outcome. They blinded and they'll never see the outcome. New breed until the world over. That's from Arizona to California to Macedonia, from Albania and Angola, from Brazil to Sweden, the whole United Kingdoms, Barbados and England, Belize, Bolivia, take it all the way to Syria, the depths of Costa Rica, Haiti, Jamaica, Kenya, Venezuela. Let me tell you, the spirit steady moving, no paraphernalia. I was born to be a failure, but I rise above. But you bound to take a L if you show us some love. They'll show you a mug, and then they'll give you a slug. But we rose above. They'll never see the outcome. They disbelieve in while we preaching. They got their eyes closed. They'll never see the outcome. They'll never see the outcome. Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream. We back. We in full effect. We live and direct. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Some of the things I'm about to say, I got to reiterate for playback's sake, but it's reiterated and never regurgitated. You already know what it is. If you like that track right there, you can find that song on New Breed Music and Motivation. I'm actually about to post that song later on today, and it's called The Outcome. And it's from me, myself, artist name, I Am New Breed. So follow me at New Breed Music and Motivation via YouTube. A lot of good music going there. Also, there's an EP that I'm working on with Lorbins. And that's going to be phenomenal. And look out for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we back. We are back. As you enter the chat, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way in. We are going to have a phenomenal stream with no interruptions. I was somehow tagged in some type of group chat, some group texting, and it was kind of like knocking the whole live stream down. I don't know what was going on there, but we back. Show your support for the stream. Lots of edification on this stream here. And we're going to have a good old-fashioned Bible lesson, ladies and gentlemen. But before I dive in, I'm going to greet y'all, the good people. Allow people to get some time to get back on in here. Omarion Slaughter's in here. Yeah, DJ Taddet's in here. What's good? Designer J. Lachia Coleman, thank you for the super chat. Yeah. Troy Green, what it do? Man, Jamie Rios, Nick Morales. Yeah. King C3. Beautiful Angelique, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Man, we back live and direct. Shout out to all the moderators. We about to go in today. The topic is, it's time to let go of vanity, materialism, and idolatry. It's time to let go of vanity, materialism, in idolatry. Now, if it's one thing that this pandemic have taught us, it should have been that everything that this society has to offer us is truly bittersweet. There's a lot of uncertainty in all avenues that this demonic system lead us towards. Nothing is promised. If we learn anything, we should have been learning that the Most High God finds other things important rather than just having money, vanity, nice homes, nice cars, jewelry, all of that. It's got to be something more to the picture. The Most High must require more from us than setting these goals for ourselves in this matrix system. Because in this day and age, the chosen, the righteous, the Most High's people, we are cursed with the ability to see what life is supposed to be like, opposed to what they're showing us, opposed to what's in this matrix. We begin to realize that we're supposed to be able to go outside, get fruits and vegetables out of a garden. We're supposed to have free water. We're supposed to have, free room and board, free shelter when there's enough land to house everybody. Just ride down a country road or hop in a plane. Look at how much open fields of land it is. We begin to realize that we should be able to say what we want without a tyrannical society oppressing our rights to speak our minds. We're beginning to really see what life is supposed to be like. We're supposed to be free, ladies and gentlemen. We're supposed to be free. We're not supposed to be stressed about bills. We're not supposed to be stressed about jobs. We're supposed to be working for ourselves, have our own land, and be living free, right? Now, it's a curse to be able to see that because, in this day and age, it's pretty much like this. There is no middle class. You either rich or you poor. You either rich or you poor. It's straight like that. There is no middle class. And people are beginning to realize that they thought they was in a position of power because they had a little title for themselves. They had a little decent gig. They thought they was a high-ranking member of society. And then come to find out that everything that is tangible in their life, they really don't have. And everything that's important to the Most High is then magnified. The same thing that's important to the Most High should be important to us. And now we got to look at what's important. And this society have purposely conditioned us to be vain. Vanity is everywhere. It's a sickness. Vanity is like a perpetual, exhilarating terror with our people in particular. All you got to do is go on social media. It's still vanity everywhere. You got people with damn Versace mask on. Versace mask. You got people paying $600 for a mask. In the camera posing. I'm talking about completely out of their damn minds, ladies and gentlemen. Still vain. In this day and age, still vain. You can look at a person's countenance and see how they conduct and how they move. And you can tell that a lot of people are doing things just for views and attention. Straight vain. Everything is vanity. Everybody's putting on a facade. Everybody's on social media trying to appear to be happy. Although all hell is breaking loose. Although they 1 or 2 paychecks away from being in the damn streets. But it's all about what the world sees. It's all about what everybody sees. It's all about vain deception. And then you got materialism. You got people who have the spirit of hoarding. Now, understanding that these earthly possessions, you can't take them with you to the grave. And then you got idolaters. A lot of people don't even realize that they in the spirit of idolatry. They don't even know that they idolize their possessions. They idolize these entertainers, these rappers, these artists, these movie stars. They are literally idolaters. And listen, this particular video here is going to make everybody look at themselves from the outside looking in. It's going to be very critical in this astute observation on what an idolater is. They froze the chat for a moment. Mash the thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. Mash the thumbs up if you in this live stream. Let's get this video fluctuating through the algorithm. I see the type of reindeer games that's being played, but it's all good. We in here, full effect. So hit the thumbs up. Y'all seen it freeze? Anytime you see it do that, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. But we're going to keep on pushing. All right, we're going to keep on pushing. Now, you got a lot of people out there, especially within the Christian church. You got a lot of YouTube sensations. You got a lot of leaders. You got a lot of false prophets. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. And they are continually trying to guess what's going to happen in the next month, the next 2 months, the next year, the next 5 years, the next decade. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, nobody knows the outcome. But what I will say is what's going to happen is a biblical proportion. And it is going to blow your mind what the Most High is going to do here on this earth. It's going to totally blow your mind. It's going to be something like never before in history. And I think people in general underestimate what's going to happen. Listen, something's coming out of that sky, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think people understand how big this is, what's going on in the world. Now, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to say when, because I'm not into playing these damn guessing games that a lot of these teachers are doing here on YouTube. They like to play guessing games. And essentially, their prophecies keep failing. I mean, the Lord is showing you that they're failed prophecies. They're false prophets. We go right to the Bible here on this channel. We go directly to the source because, listen, only the Bible breaks it down what mentality we should have through all this. The only thing we should focus on is where our hearts and minds are at in these tumultuous times. You understand? Now, we're going to 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 8, and it reads, we're going to Job. Sorry about that. We're going to Job 15 and 35. Job 15 and 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their bellies prepare of deceit. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. All right? So they conceive mischief. And this is how a lot of people acquire success. A lot of people are jugging and finessing. Let's keep it real. A lot of people are tickling ears. A lot of people are swindlers. A lot of people are liars, truce breakers, and they doing all this to bring forth vanity. But the Bible says, listen, their bellies prepare of deceit. This vanity was used, this mischief and this vanity is used to prepare people for deceit. This what prosperity gospel was for. This what your TD Jakes, your Creflo Dollar or Klepto Dollar. This is what your Kenneth Copelands and all of them were designed to do. They were designed to get you thinking about the lifestyles of the rich and famous. They was designed to get you thinking about MTV Cribs, get you thinking that having a whole lot of cash somehow makes you blessed, and that somehow gives you security when it comes to how the Most High views you. Oh, we're going to prove the complete total opposite. Now, let's talk about this vanity. And we ain't going to let the distractions, the enemy ain't going to break this one. Let's talk about this vanity. Let's talk about this social media. Now, everywhere you turn on social media, people like to show off what they got, what they doing, show their bodies off, all of this kind of stuff. All of it is vanity. All of it is vanity. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the camera angle. Yes, somebody said the social media is evil. Absolutely. Now, let's go to 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7. And it reads, "But the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not at his countenance or on the height or his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not a man seeth. He seeth not as a man seeth, but man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh at the heart." Men, we look on an outward appearance. We judge based on what somebody's doing, what they wearing, what kind of, what they flossing, what they, on the outward appearance, looking at jewelry, and we're trying to gauge success on somebody's outward appearance. The Most High not looking at that. He's not looking at the physical makeup or any of that. So when we're talking vanity, it's on a physical level as well. And we're going to hit that on a physical level. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 8. And it reads, "For bodily exercise provideth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is and which is to come." So what that scripture is telling us right there, not that exercise is bad for us, but when you got people being vain, they in the gym, that's cool. I'm glad our people are getting in shape. I'm glad that we out here, we doing our thing, we getting our bodies right, we exercising. That's all fine and dandy. But the Bible says, "For bodily exercises profit little, but godliness profit unto all things, having promise of life that now is and what is to come." See, ladies and gentlemen, what happens is people get vain. They believe that their outward appearance is everything. The Most High not looking at that. What happens when you need to plump up a little bit because you somewhere where you need to have a little bit of extra on your belly to get you through somewhere for survival, but you trying to be 2% body fat? What happens when you work out, right? You lifting all these weights, you got a swole ass neck, and your ass still can't fight? You know how many people, let me tell you something. You know how many people are muscle bound as hell, right? I'm talking about biceps, triceps, chest, everything, but cannot throw a damn punch, bro. So that shows you bodily exercise, yes, you're supposed to keep intact, but godliness gives you everything. It gives you the might. The Most High gives you that spirit of might. It's a spirit that comes over you when it's time to defend yourself. So I'm just putting that out there because when it comes to vanity, sometimes people do things solely out of vanity, not because they're trying to be the best version of themselves, not because, they're trying to feel good and have energy throughout the day and feel good about themselves, but people do it to be seen. It's straight up vanity. They doing it so people can look at them. You know what I'm saying? They doing it for views. Now, that's just the straight up truth right there. Now, we go into Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 10, and it reads, "He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. That is all vanity." Look, the Bible tells us, he who loves silver won't be satisfied. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, there's a void that cannot be fulfilled with possessions. There's a void that you just can't fulfill. Whatever you're in love with, whatever you can't separate from, whatever your heart is invested in solely, The truth is you'll never be satisfied through that, because what you need is you need the Most High. You need spiritual intervention. You need that void fulfilled. So no matter how much cash you stack up, no matter how much silver and gold you get, you will never be satisfied. Never. No matter how hard you try, you won't be satisfied. That's why a lot of these entertainers, rappers, these artists, listen. When they took out the middle class, it exposed everything. It exposed everybody's motives, everybody's heart. I seen a clip of Philadelphia Meek Mills, and I shared this clip on my Patreon and I reacted to it. Meek Mills from Philadelphia, the most hardcore gangster rapper in the world, right? This man is at a damn tennis court with some billionaires degrading him. Got his ass hopping around like a damn bunny, trying to find some damn fulfillment and security in this world. Reminds me of a TV show my little daughter be watching, where they be like, hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. That was Meek Mills. That's what Meek Mills was doing on that tennis court. This man had his ass tooted up. Let me explain this to y'all. He had his ass tooted up, and he took a Playboy bunny position. He took a Playboy bunny position, and he was like, hop little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. And they said, Meek, this for playing tennis and losing. Totally degrading this brother. Totally degrade. Now, listen. Now, everybody who has vanity, materialism, idolatry in their hearts, they right there in the forefront. Out here looking crazy. And listen, if they got that man hopping around that tennis court like he a damn Playboy bunny, right? What else are they doing to this dude? For the love of money? What profit a man to gain the world and to lose his soul, man? That's a sad place to be in. I'd rather be straight up broke. Look, listen, billionaires straight playing with these dudes. But I don't want to digress. But I mean, that's a prime example. Who knows what they doing to that man? I surely don't even want to see it. Let's go to Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. And it reads, lay not up for yourselves riches upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. It says, listen, don't lay up treasures for yourself upon this earth, where moth, rust can corrupt, and thieves can break through and steal. Listen, ain't nothing in this life you got promised. Not a red cent. Nothing is promised. It's about tangibility. It's about securing your family. I'm talking about people can steal stuff. Material possessions can gain rust and moth. It says, but lay up for yourselves treasure in heaven, whether neither moth or rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasures is, that's where your heart will be. Where your treasures is, that's where your heart will be. Don't lay up treasures for yourself here on this earth. You got a lot of people with this hoarding spirit. Right now, these entertainers, these rappers, these artists, they're afraid of losing things. What a worthless existence when you holding on to stuff. Let me tell you something. In this day and age, ladies and gentlemen, you got to grow totally detached from your belongings. All the luxuries that you used to in life, you got to be ready to walk away from it in a blink of an eye. There's a movie with Al Pacino as Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, Gone in 60 Seconds. That's the movie, Gone in 60 Seconds. Al Pacino, he says a real powerful line in that particular movie. Al Pacino goes and says, if it's something that you can't walk away from in 60 seconds, it basically got you. It got a hold on you. Never accept nothing you can't walk away from in 60 seconds. So listen, that means if everything hit the fan, you ain't supposed to look back and worry about no materials. Listen, the book of Ecclesiastes goes in when it tells us to know when to plant, know when to build, know when to destroy. Sometimes, I don't know about y'all, being a targeted individual, seeing things in this world, knowing that I got people watching me, knowing that when I stay stagnated in one place for a long time, it collects a lot of attention, unwanted attention. When I realized that I had to be mobile. I realized that I couldn't stay comfortable in one place. I realized that I got to be willing to let go and rebuild. I got to be willing to walk away from a car, a truck, a house. I don't give a damn what it is. I got to be willing to walk away from it. In a blink of an eye and be like, you know what? I'll build it. I can build somewhere else. And I've never been one who held on to anything. Listen, I've always spoke this, especially for targeted individuals who go through neighborhood mobbing, organized mobbing, family mobbing. I always said you got to move like water. Exactly. Somebody said it. You got to move very fluently. You got to be willing to leave with the clothes on your back, with a backpack if you must. And if I did not think like that for all the years that I went through the program that this system put me on, that this matrix system then put me under, if I didn't operate like that, I cannot tell you where I would be. If I was afraid to lose things, I cannot tell you where I would be. I started over many times. Many times. Because that's important. Let's go. We're going to these scriptures. We're going to Luke chapter 12, verse 33. And it reads, sell that ye have and give alms. Provide yourselves bags, which not wax, not old. A treasure in the heavens, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. See, mentally, we got a bag of treasures. I like how the scriptures paint this picture for you. You got to put this image in your conscience, what these scriptures are saying. It says, sell that ye have and give alms. Provide yourself bags, which wax not old. A treasure in the heavens that not falleth, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. See, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is also. In your mind, you always got something. You got a bag of jewels in your conscience. So wherever you go, you straight. Wherever you go, you willing to lose everything. Listen, you ain't fitting to accept nothing that's going to compromise your code. You ain't fitting to do nothing out of desperation. You ain't fitting to do nothing that's going to jeopardize your morality. You ain't going to do nothing that put you in a compromising position. You ain't going to do nothing. You're not going to be bought or sold by anybody. And listen, it ain't just Meek Millie of Philadelphia. It ain't just him being stepping fetch it. No. It's all of them. Everybody. Everybody has a choice right now to lick the boots of Satan or follow the Most High. Everybody has that choice. To be a bootlick for Satan, rely on his kingdom, or follow the Most High. And a lot of these people are getting desperate. They're afraid. You got a lot of people who ain't never been through nothing. Listen, when you're a person who never step out on faith, how do you know if the Most High God is real? If you're a person who never stepped out on faith, never jumped out on a limb and said, I'm going to rely on the Lord for my daily bread, how do you know the Most High real? You need to go through something to know. It takes trial and error. It takes persecution. Go to these scriptures. And it reads, 1 Timothy chapter 6. Charge them that are rich in this world that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God who give us richly all things to enjoy. Let's read that again. 1 Timothy chapter 6. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who give us richly in all things. Listen, don't become high-minded because you got a position, because you got some bread. Because the Bible calls those uncertain riches. Those riches they getting in Hollywood is uncertain. I'm telling you, it's so unstable. Not even just Hollywood. I'm talking about on every level. Look at this country you living in right now. Everything is uncertain. Think about it. When this pandemic hit, so many people lost jobs. Half of the country went unemployed. It was only essential jobs that stayed open. Even in those essential jobs, they only working with a skeleton crew. So not everybody is promised to have a job, right? These are uncertain times. It says don't trust in uncertain riches. Anything in this world, in this satanic system, is uncertain. It's all uncertain. Our homes is uncertain. In the blink of an eye, the only thing separating us from all the people who just got put on the streets is these four walls. Your mentality got to be, the Lord gives us all riches. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who give us richly all things to enjoy. They that do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, ready to distribute. What does it mean to distribute? Willing to let go, willing to give away, willing to give, willing to let go of things. Let me tell you something. It brings you a new energy when you let go of certain things. When you just give things away. Even if you just go clean your closet out, take your clothes that you don't wear, give them to someone. Give them to Goodwill. Be ready always to distribute. They that do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. And let me tell you, that spirit of hoarding is a demon. When you see people's parents, grandparents, and you walk into their house and they stashing every damn thing, drawers from 1950, and their house is just packed with boxes on top of boxes. Let me tell you something. That's a demonic spirit. That person is afraid of death. That person haven't stored up any earthly riches. That person has a demon that's telling them that whatever they got here on earth, their possessions, that's all they got. They don't have nothing above that. Let's go. Verse 19. Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life. That they may lay hold on eternal life. We need to have strong foundations. Everything, this whole house of cards is about to go down. It's all about to go. Let me tell you something. We're going to go to some sources as well after we do our scriptures. We're going to go to a couple of sources in regards to the rapid decline of the dollar bill here in 2021. I know you seen in the thumbnail, you seen some money on fire. Yeah, that thumbnail is there for a reason, because at some point in time, that money ain't going to be worth nothing but something you can wipe your ass with. And that's just the utter truth. Where it just is what it is. But we're going to go there. Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 6. 1 Timothy chapter 6. And it reads, but godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain that we won't carry anything out. Let me repeat that. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. Listen, you born butterball naked. You come out your mama's womb, you ain't got a damn thing. You ain't got nothing. You just got your spirit, your body, your mind. That's it. And you damn sure ain't about to take nothing to the grave. All that damn Drake, when I die, put my money in the grave. Hey, that Negro right there, he just don't get it. No, you won't be taking a damn thing with you to the grave. Nothing. All you got is you. That's fool talk. And that's what these celebrities are inundated with. They believe that they're going to live, they're going to be immortalized. And they're going to live forever through their riches. And that come through Egyptology teachings. Because the Egyptians believe if they was buried with gold, that they can somehow take it to the afterlife. The Most High ain't impressed by that. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. Just having food and shelter. Let us be content. That's what the Bible say. You got food, you got clothes on your back, you got a nice warm bed. I mean, like, what the hell else you need? What else do you need? That's all you really need, right? Let us be content. Verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Yeah, it drowns men into destruction and perdition. That temptation becomes a snare. You start to have these insatiable carnal desires, like you can never have enough. It's like you got to know when to put a cap on yourself. You got to know when you reach the ceiling. You got entertainers like Kanye West, right? The guy is a genius when it comes to music. Kanye West is not as crazy as we think, but he's a guy that hit the ceiling. He likes to say he flies his spaceships, right? He took his spaceship, he hit the damn stratosphere, and this man just kept going. He just kept going. And now it's like you fall into all type of perditions. The same thing he spoke against, he ended up doing. All the consciousness he had, he ended up doing the reverse, because it's a snare that every person can hit. Once they obtain a certain level of success, once they obtain a certain level of riches and finances, and they've compromised their code of conduct, there's a snare that comes. Especially in this here earth where Satan is ruling it all, man. That entertainment industry, a lot of the industries and companies that we work for nowadays, listen, they just as satanic. Some of these jobs that pretty much promote mass incarceration or death through disease, hidden death. A lot of us working for these companies, we working for Satan. And we got to make a conscientious decision to change the narrative of our life. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. The love of money, being covetous over money. They've erred. When I seen Meek Mill face on that damn tennis court, and I'm sorry to keep bringing this up because that was a shocker to me. This the same rapper that made songs like The Other Side of America, Dreams and Nightmares. And to see this man tooted up, hopping around that damn tennis court for some billionaires, it was kind of shocking because what I looked at was his face. The spiritual deprivation that was there. How the spirit was extracted from him. And I think back of when Meek Mills first signed his contract. The first thing I thought about is when he first signed that contract. I don't know if y'all seen the clip, but when he had a meeting with Rick Ross in a high-rise building, when he first signed the MMG, I seen a look on his face. After he signed, he looked down. Rick Ross looked down. Rick Ross, he looked as if here come another soul to Satan. And then we see him hopping around for some billionaires. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which some coveted after. He's coveting after money. He wants to be in a billionaire circle. Because guess what? In this day and age, being a millionaire don't even give you no security. That should tell you something. If he is a millionaire, because some of these rappers are thousandaires and they like to appear like they're millionaires. But if being a millionaire in this modern society is not enough security for you, and you're coveting after being in a billionaire circle, and you're degrading yourself, that shows you that you err from the faith. You coveting money. It says they erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. These people have pierced themselves through with many sorrows. A lot of people who are choosing to work for Satan's system and do things that are against their moralities in this day and age. Listen, they're pierced themselves through with many sorrows as well. Rather they can see it now or they're going to see it later. But some people can't even look themselves in a mirror, man. Because some of the travesties they committed against their own people. Some of these people can't be alone. Some of these people are tormented. Some of these people's souls is gone. Let's talk about these idols. Let's talk about these idols. But before we do that, you know what? We go into the book of Ecclesiastes. Hit the thumbs up if y'all enjoying this stream because we're going into this Bible today. There's so much scriptures I got for y'all this afternoon. Hit the thumbs up if you gain an edification. We go into Ecclesiastes chapter 2 because something just triggered in my mind here about the king of Israel during the time of Ecclesiastes. For those that don't know, the book of Ecclesiastes is the narrator of the book of Ecclesiastes was the king of Israel at the time. And I want you to hear what he had to say and what his testimony was in Ecclesiastes chapter 2. Let's go there. And it reads, I said in mine heart, go to now. I will prove thee with mirth, therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. Listen carefully. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth it? I sought in mine heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting my heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was the good of the sons of men, which they should do under the heavens all the days of their life. Now listen to this. This is the king of Israel right here, who got caught up in folly, gave his heart over to wine, still laid hold of wisdom. He was the king of Israel. The man was still wise. So this even goes for brothers and sisters in the truth, what you're about to hear here. It's not just for people who are carnal and worldly. Even men of truth, men of wisdom, men of knowledge can get caught up in vanity. And I'm going to show you what the king of Israel went through. So this could be a lesson to us. It says, I made my great works. I builded me houses. I planted vineyards. I made me gardens, orchards. I planted trees in them, all kinds of fruit. Listen, this man was fruitful. He was doing the work, planting gardens, vineyards. He had his places. He had it all. His mind was in the right place. He was doing the work. I'm going to show you what happened to his heart, though. Listen carefully. It says, I made me pools of water to water therewith the wood that bringeth forth trees. Man was fruitful. I got me servants, maidens. I had servants born in my house. Also, I had great possessions of great and small cattle above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasure of kings and of the providence. I got me men singers, women singers, and the delights of the Son of Men as musical instruments. And they're all sorts. So listen, he basically had his own record label, Ancient Days. He had all the most talented artists in Israel back in the biblical times. The man was equivalent to running the biggest record label back in the day. And he had all these houses, he had everything, right? Listen carefully. This is a man of truth, a man of wisdom. And it reads, so I was great and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also, my wisdom remained with me. It says also, my wisdom remained with me. So I had all of this. I had my record label. I had all these artists. I had cattle. I had everything, right? And I was still wise. But check this out. Listen carefully. So I was great and increased more than all that was before me in Jerusalem. Also, my wisdom remained with me. And whatever mine heart desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiceth in all my labor. And this was my portion of all my labor. So he did not restrict himself from all pleasures and joys. Although the man was still wise, he was still doing the work, but he did not restrict his heart from all joys and all pleasures. Here's where he erred. This is the error right here. Verse 11. Then I looked on all the works that I made with my hands, that my hands have wrought, and the labor that I had labored to do. He was doing the work. And behold, all was vanity. All was vanity and vexation of spirit. And there was no profit under the sun. So he had to come to a harsh realization that all the work he put in was all vanity, because it profit nothing under the sun. Meaning all the works of his hands that he did on this earth under the sun, there was uncertainty. If he wasn't storing up riches in the heavens, everything in this earth don't even matter. It don't even matter, ladies and gentlemen. And it says it even caused vexation of spirit when he realized that everything is uncertain. Even in this day and age, listen, you can own bunkers. You can have underground caverns. You can have all kinds of vineyards. You can have everything. You could be doing the work out here. You can have everything set in preparation for what's going on under this earth. But what the Most High is about to do to this earth, nobody is ready for it. Nobody understands how big this is going to be. Nobody, not one single soul understands what the Lord is going to do. And we're going to find out that some are just doing everything out of vanity. And that's just how it is. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Now let's continue. It says, then I looked on all the works that my hands have wrought, and the labor that I labored to do. And behold, all was vanity and vexation of the spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. And I turned myself, behold, wisdom, and madness, and folly. For what can the man do that cometh after the king? Even that which have been already done. So nothing that he done is not something that was all that can't be already done. The cycle continues. What that means is when you pass on, somebody else gonna live in your house. When you move out of your house, somebody else gonna live there. When you move to the next level and you move on and you let go of something, somebody else gonna get it. It really, nothing is profiting us under this sun. Now, let's add balance to everything that I'm saying, because it got to have balance. Now, we talk about not storing up earthly treasures, but we're going to talk about the importance of being wise with having things as well. We're going to add balance to this total topic here. And if you're in this live stream gaining edification, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, because we're going through the Bible today. Now, we are going to Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. And it reads, a good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Yes, the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Now listen, it says a good man leave an inheritance for his children's children. Listen, brothers, when you are acquiring success, this is where your mind and your heart is supposed to be. When you are stacking your money, when you grinding, when you're out here making a living for yourself, you are supposed to be thinking about your grandchildren. And I'm telling you, this would change your perspective on money, how you spend your money. It would change your perspective on everything, how you view money, everything. You would think about your legacy. You'll understand that, listen, I can't carry none of this to the grave with me. Once I'm dead and gone, only thing I'm doing this for is for my grandbabies. When I'm dead and gone, you thinking about when you are dead, what you left behind. It says a good man leaveth an inheritance for his children's children. So listen, if that damn job that's uncertain, no 401k, no retirement. This is what the Bible calls uncertain riches. No type of social security nowadays. You got to change the narrative. Listen, you got to think, what can I do for my grandchildren? I got to begin to do God's work. What do the Most High want me to do? Because you got people out here who work all the time and their savings is like a bag with a hole at the bottom. It's like we working, we enslaving, we slaving, and the damn cash just disappears. Week in and week out. If that's what's happening, we're not doing what we're supposed to do as the chosen. We just not. We got to change our mentalities. And then it goes on to say, the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. That means those who are sinners, those who are wicked, all your pastors who put this prosperity gospel out here, who then turned my father's house into a den of thieves. All these damn entertainers that's keeping people brain dead and lost and perpetuating the same violence in our communities over and over through their satanic music. All the riches they have is laid up for the just. Everything they got, Meek Millie hopping around, Nicki Minaj butchering herself and just to be shown as a Barbie and a pinup doll. Cardi B bragging about how she get men robbed and set up, and all these rappers rapping about gunning down your brother, killing your people. All these damn sellouts, right? All the money they got, all the jewelry they got, All the possessions they got is stored up for the just. Not only them, no, we're going to talk about the demons behind them too. All these record executives, all these managers, all these people behind these people, all their riches is stored up for us. We fitting to get it one day. The Lord going to make sure of that. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 12. And it reads, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. It says wisdom is a defense, being wise. Money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Listen, you know the book of Proverbs tell you in so little words that a fool and his money will soon depart. You got a lot of fools with money. They ain't gonna keep that money. But it also goes on to say that money is a defense. Yes, money is a defense, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what does that mean? If you're a wise person with money, it's a defense. It can protect you. It can protect your family. You know how to move because wisdom is the Holy Spirit. Contrary to popular belief, what they doing in these churches, Harlem shaking in the middle of the damn aisle, having convulsions, beating their feet all over the damn church, speaking in tongues, that's not the Holy Spirit. The book of Proverbs tell you the Holy Spirit is wisdom. So you having wisdom and you having money, oh, you a threat. You being pro-life to add on, mix being pro-life with having wisdom and having money. It becomes excellency. And this is what the Lord is requiring from his chosen. He requires utter brilliance, excellency. Wisdom giveth life to them that have it. So you can have money and bring yourself death, or you can bring yourself life with money. It says wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Now, what happens when a wicked person get money? Let's see. When you get money, all your shortcomings are magnified. Every last shortcoming that you have is magnified. If you like to drink and you don't have control over your alcoholism, if you like to do coke, if you like to smoke weed, if you like to whoremonger, essentially you have a bigger access to it. You have a wider grasp on these things because you got the money, right? So now that you have the money, you bring in yourself death. You're falling into hoarding. You're falling into alcoholism, drug abuse. You are here self-medicating. Because now you just a fool with money. How many rich celebrities do we got to see dying from drug overdose? How many do we got to see that's going back and forth to jail because they still revel in violence? But they got money. Money don't mean a damn thing if you ain't wise. So you got to have wisdom with money. Money is not evil. You just got to have wisdom with it. Let's see here. And we're going to go into some sources as well. We're going to a couple city analysts. And when I say cities analysts, I'm talking about Citibank. And we're also going to talk about the next 3 to 4 months, what the financial market is bracing themselves from. And we're going to some pretty reputable sources and we're looking at what the economists are saying. All right. We're going to look at what the economists are saying about the dollar, what's happening. So we can prepare our hearts and minds to just unplug from some of the vanities, the materialism, the idolatry. But before we do that, let me not put the cart before the horse. We are going to go into those sources. But we got to talk a little bit about this idolatry. Mash the thumbs up, y'all. We got to talk about this idolatry because we definitely covered materialism. We definitely covered vanity. Now we're going to go get into idolatry because a lot of us don't know if we are idol worshipers or not. And we're going to let it be known. All right. I got to get hydrated here. Now, let's talk about idolatry. That's something that's often misunderstood. A lot of people don't know that they are in the spirit of idolatry. Let's go there. Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. And it reads, "Thou shalt not have any other gods before me." Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. "Thou shalt not have no other gods before me." Listen, you got people who follow Amun-Ra. You got people who following Horus, Buddha, Muhammad, Allah. I mean, damn, there's so many idol gods. You got people who serving Hindu gods. You got people who are straight up serving a Baphomet. Tell you straight up. All you conscious community people, I'm going to say this so blunt. All you Nation of Islam, all of y'all, right? The God I serve, he does not respect none of your gods. He don't respect none of your religions, and neither do I. They are what you call lesser gods. They're idols. Matter of fact, the God I serve is totally against idolatry. He has no idols connected to him whatsoever. He tells us not to put up graven images. He tells us not to idolize anything under the sun. We're not molding clay. We're not playing with crystals. We're not playing with tarot cards. We ain't dealing with none of that. Our God is going to destroy all of that. He's going to knock all the idols down. In the Roman Catholic Church, all the idols going to get knocked down. All the crosses going to fall off the churches. All the fake images of Christ, Caesar Borgia, he's going to crumble all of it. The Most High God, the one who split the seas and built the firmament and created the earth, he's going to destroy all your beliefs, every last one of them. All you Egyptologists, every god that you follow is going to get destroyed. Horus going to get destroyed. Amun-Ra, Egypt is gone. It ain't coming back. My God is going to eliminate your gods. And I can say that very boldly because it's the truth. He's going to eliminate it. Your gods don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. All right? Let me just put that out there. Now, Colossians chapter 3, verse 5. It reads, "Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanliness, inordinate affections, evil concupiscence." I hate that word. Concupence. Pardon me. Evil concupence and covetousness, which is idolatry. Let's read that again. "Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanliness, inordinate affections, evil concupence, which is idolatry." We are standing firm. We're not connected to any of that. We're not going down to Mecca. We're not putting our head in the Cashapp stone, kissing the obelisk that's shaped like a woman's vagina. We're not doing that. We're not bowing before the Cashapp stone. We're not praying to no idols. We're not going to Buddha and rubbing Buddha's belly. We're not lighting incense, sitting Indian style. We are mortified. We have mortified our members to that. We don't want a damn thing to do with that. God's chosen ain't got nothing to do with that. Your God's going to get destroyed. They're going to get steamrolled. Totally destroyed. And we're mortified. Listen, we mortify at the idea of serving one of these lesser gods. All right? Isaiah chapter 44, verse 9. They that make graven images are all of them vanity. They that make graven images are all of them vanity. And their detestable, their delectable things shall not profit. And they are their own witnesses. They see not, nor know. They may be ashamed. Look, they don't even see. Let's read that again. They that make graven images, all of them vanity. And their delectable things, the things that they treasure, the things they reverence and love, shall not profit. And they are their own witnesses. They see not know, that they be ashamed. They don't even listen. Listen, your crystals, your little rocks, your little sage, your little statues, like all these little jewels that y'all playing with, like, y'all goofy. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, the stuff y'all playing with straight goofy, man. Goofy stuff. Like if you knew what you were doing, if you knew that you sitting there bowing before a damn statue, before crystals, you doing yoni steams, you burning incense, praying to Horus, you channeling your chakras, if you knew how stupid you looked, like if you knew how the most high God of all gods looked at you, like you look so damn dumb. Like you look weird, you look crazy, like because they'll with the little objects, the little toys you playing with, don't mean a damn thing to the Most High. If you knew how dumb you looked, you would be ashamed. You'd be ashamed of yourself that you thought our God, the Most High God, was relegated to objects. If you thought the God of all gods, the great I am, was relegated to objects, and you sitting there playing with this stuff, thinking that it's going to help you, if you can see what the Most High see, you will be ashamed of yourself. That go for all you little spiritual leaders out there. You'll be a damn ashamed of yourself. Even more, you teaching people this nonsense. It's going nowhere fast. Nowhere fast. It says, Leviticus 19:4, turn ye not unto idols, nor make yourself molten gods. I am the Lord your God. Turn not to idols. Y'all making yourself your own damn gods. Psalms chapter 16, verse 4. Their sorrow shall be multiplied that hasten after another. Their sorrow shall be multiplied that hasten unto another, after another God. They drink offerings of blood, will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. Listen, the world powers, the satanic elite, they drinking blood. They thinking drinking blood is going to get them some spiritual power. Yeah, Red Cross Blue Shield. Have you ever wondered where all that blood is growing? Where's it going? I know y'all see the Red Cross Blue Shield trucks coming through the community. Where you think all that blood is going? What you think who started Red Cross Blue Shield? Do anybody know that? I wonder if y'all know. Let me see in the chat. Y'all know who started Red Cross Blue Shield? I'll tell you. It was the Rothschilds. It was the Rothschilds. Yep, somebody got it. It was the Rothschilds. They started Red Cross Blue Shield. We talking about the reptilian bloodline collecting all these people's blood. Where do you think your blood is going to, people? Y'all think they're going to hospitals for real? Even though you got Kim Kardashian bathing in blood, as her beauty secret. And a lot of Hollywood stars are actually painting themselves with blood because they think it's the fountain of youth. Where do you think they get these ideologies from? I promise you, there's some billionaires in mansions with a wine glass walking around drinking the blood of the saints. They drinking our blood, ladies and gentlemen. This is the type of detestable acts that's scriptural. That's what they doing. They drinking our blood, man. In mansions. Walking around drinking it like it's damn Gatorade. Like they drinking wine. You hear me? These people are vampires. Some of these people can't even go outside in the damn daytime. They the real live vampires. For real. Why you think on them damn vampire movies, all the vampires seem to be rich, living in these elegant mansions? They're telling you who they are right there on TV. Telling you exactly who they are. They the blood suckers. Look at some of these damn people. Have you seen the Queen of Elizabeth? The Queen Elizabeth? Queen Elizabeth looked like she came from the lowest belly of hell, bruh. And they sitting there on YouTube calling me a damn shapeshifter. Have you seen Queen Elizabeth? I'm talking about, bruh. I done seen her transform. I done seen some of their kings and queens with a literal lizard tongue coming out their mouth. Dead ass. But you know what? You got people talking about other brothers in the truth being reptiles, but they won't dare attack the real reptiles. They rather attack brothers who's supposed to be in the truth will attack brothers in the truth and say they reptiles, but they won't attack them people, the real threats who really drinking our damn blood. Telling you, man, that's the real deal, man. People are crazy. Let me see. It says, Psalms chapter 135. Actually, let's go to Psalms 127, verse 18. The idols of the heathens are silver and gold. The idols of the heathens are silver and gold. Telling you, man, we don't deal with idolatry. It ain't about money. Listen, a brother get a chain around his neck, his whole damn aura change. Brother get a Rolex. You remember when Meek Millie was like, when that Rollie hit my wrist? That man rapped about that damn Rolex for 7 summers. When that Rollie hit my wrist, that became that man's idol. For 4 albums straight, this dude was rapping about that same damn Rollie. Something about that Rollie on my wrist. The idols of heathens are silver and gold. That's Psalms 127 and 18. Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Actually, let's go to 1 Corinthians. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 14. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. Flee from idolatry. Flee. Flee from these idol gods. Flee from these spiritual leaders who ain't telling you what God they serve. If they ain't telling you they serve the Most High, the God of Israel, the God of the Bible, if they're not saying that that's who they serve, you need to leave them alone, because they can fool you even in the Christian church, because they're not serving the Most High. And these churches, they serving a whole nother Christ. More than likely, they have not even read about the true Christ in the book. They still in vanity. Let's go to these sources. Again, man, we have 1,200 people in the chat. Let's get them thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get them thumbs up. I'm going into some sources. I'm going to react to a couple sources. And we are going to we're gonna go into these banks. We're going to talk about the dollar. We're going to talk about the dollar. I want to go to a Citibank analyst. And he's actually a global analyst. And I like to go to global news. And the source I am going to is CNBC. CNBC is.
Did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car?
All right, we don't care about that. Let me skip that. All these insurance companies are damn ripoff. You telling me I got to give you money every month in case something happens. But what if nothing happens in 5 years? Do I get me a damn check back? Raise your premium and everything. Hidden fees. Hate insurance companies. All right, let's go. Let's go there.
With Warren Buffett, the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. He's just released his 55th annual shareholder letter to the shareholders over this weekend. And this is actually the 13th year that we are now in Omaha talking to him after that letter. This is a show that we call Ask Warren, so that people can write in their own questions to Mr. Buffett after they've read.
All right, this went to something else here.
Our new house is amazing.
There is a bit of an issue with our neighbor's fencing.
Sorry about the ads.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
For bundling made easy,
All these damn insurance commercials, man.
go to geico.com.
Damn Geico.
So we are very much in the bearish dollar camp for the next 12 months. And we think the scenario of a double-digit decline in 2021 is certainly plausible. And we think the analog to 2017 has a lot of merit. We think there are three big drivers of a potential further dollar sell-off. We have that the world looks a little bit kinder and more inclusive in 2021 with the vaccine breakthrough and global recovery. We think that global investors will look for value, and US assets offer fairly little of that, and yields are relatively unattractive by historical comparison. And three, global investors are still very heavily invested in US assets, and it may well be time to diversify a little bit away.
So what he's saying right now is we can expect a double-digit decline in the dollar this year. A double-digit decline in the dollar in 2021. So what he's talking about now is people basically putting their stocks in shares elsewhere. All right? Now, you're living in a society where cryptocurrency is worth more than money, ladies and gentlemen. Cryptocurrency is literally worth more than the dollars. So what he's saying right now for Citibank is how basically this pandemic is going to affect, well, rather the vaccinations that's going to be rolled out, how it's going to affect the economy. Because believe it or not, it is all about money. And we'll see. We'll get there. A lot of it is about money, I should say. Not all of it. Well, let's go.
And maybe there's some other regions with a bit more appeal, not least in Asia and the beginnings as well. So we are looking at a weaker dollar into 2021.
We're looking at a weaker dollar into 2021. A weaker dollar.
Can you give us an idea of what some of those areas are that stick out to you, looking like they have a bit more appeal?
Yes, so what we would highlight are effectively two categories that we think of. One is that historically speaking, if you look at dollar sell-offs, then currencies that offer carry and to a lesser degree that offer value tend to do quite well. Now, there's not a whole lot of carry around, but that points to mainly a few emerging markets, including the laggards, so the Mexican peso, the Russian ruble, maybe South African rand, and
you got every other country's dollar amount going up, and you got America's going down. In so little words, this is what he's saying. You got the pesos going up, everything else is going up this year, but the US currency is going down. Babylon the Great is falling, it's falling. It's falling.
Colombian peso as well. So we think that they will end up participating. But on the other hand, I think there is room for idiosyncratic and structural outperformance. And on that score, I think the Asian complex around China and maybe the closest thing to it in G10, which for us is Australia, also appeals. So over the next...
Listen, still believing that the dollar is worth something, that's a mirage, that's an illusion. Dollar ain't worth a damn thing. This country robs Peter to pay Paul all the damn time. Heavy debt. Heavy debt.
Couple of years, we think actually the outperformance will come from China, from the Australian dollar.
China and the Australian dollar.
And some of the currencies around it. And then to round it up, you have some pure idiosyncratic plays. And to us, for the next 2 months or so, the UK.
And all the other analysts said in the next 3 to 4 months, we can expect this to happen. So your dollar is going to be worth. Not only is taxes went up now that the left is in office, not only is taxes went up, but the dollar is worth less. A lot of the other analysts said this is going to happen 3 to 4 months. He says, this brother here says 2 months. Taxes go up, the dollar goes down, all while most of the country's unemployed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. They straining it out. They wringing us dry. So only place we got to turn to is the Most High. All this in this country is uncertain riches, as the Bible tells us. All while the amount of the dollar is plummeting. Nobody has jobs. Nobody has money. You just got a $600 stimulus check issue, which was utter disrespectful. I mean, it was just a damn slap in the face. But you have the dollar plummeting. You have taxes going up. And trust and believe, taxes have went up expeditiously. So what you're looking at is either you're going to be the only industries that's going to be basically popping is more than likely, and this is just my opinion, the pharmaceutical industry, medical supplies, things of that nature. And still, of course, for this year, we still going to have our essential jobs, which the skeleton crew that's working these essential jobs is going to get more and more condensed. It's falling, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I spoke a lot in this video about letting go. How everything around us is bittersweet. Even when you have some money in the bank, you're doing good because the Most High is blessing you. Some of y'all out here, y'all are doing better than y'all did ever in life. I know that there's people out here that the Most High is choosing to bless because you decided at the right time to unplug from this wicked system. And you decided to use all of your gifts that the Most High bestowed upon you to do what's right in his life. And you're living your purpose. I know that a lot of y'all are already in that position. And it's bittersweet because now that you're in that position, you was working for these nations and you wasn't getting no success. See, the Most High pulled a lot of God's people out of this enslavement. It's just a fact. I'm seeing it all over the place. At least those are the type of people I tend to surround myself with. But it's bittersweet because nothing is enjoyable out here. I mean, what's the point of having money if you can't take a trip? What's the point of taking money? What's the point of making money and having money if you're restricted to the confines of your home? If everywhere you go to spend money, nobody's helping you. There's no customer service around. Like there's nothing. Listen, it's still falling. So what I'm showing you right now is the reason you have whatever you're working with is for that money to be a defense for you in the times to come. It's not something for you to splurge like a lot of people who received unemployment and had these big old checks and they were doing their thing. They was out here buying flat screen TVs and Jordans and they was just stashing up all this stuff. A lot of those people are now in the streets. A lot of those people are in the streets right now. So although the Most High is blessing certain people, and if you're struggling, our prayers, my prayers, everybody in this chat, pray for those who are struggling. Because somebody up top is raping everybody. Somebody up top is just raping everybody of everything, bro. They stealing everything from everybody. There's no reason why anybody should be suffering the way they are. But just know, if you being blessed, I want you to apply the knowledge and the wisdom that you got in this video to how you deal with money. Understanding what that money is there for, how to maneuver, when to maneuver. Understanding that the Lord bless you with certain things for a reason. He blessed you with certain things for a reason. Keep in mind, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Don't grow too attached to these things of this earth. Don't grow too attached. It won't be there with you in the grave. It won't. You got to be free-minded, free-spirited. The Lord made you a spiritual being. You are a spiritual being. Like this money, like honestly, in a sense, I hate money. I mean, I hate it. I really do. It ain't nothing but a piece of paper with a dead president's face on it. And growing up, where I grew up, I watched people get shoes without laces for dead presidents' faces. I watched brothers get their head cracked for not even $2,000. Listen, people was getting murked for $2,000 back in DC. 2 to 5 grand, people was getting hits put out on them. Literally, I'm talking about taken out. I'm talking about, I done seen people get extorted. I done seen extortion. I done seen households like just suffer. I done seen drug dealers totally ruin households. I done seen lost souls walking the streets because of a damn dollar. I done seen lost souls walking around with no hope, no faith in their eyes. No dream for a better tomorrow because they done gave their life over to some damn crack, bruh. I seen crackheads that when I grew up, they still crackheads. They were crackheads since I was a child. And I hate to use that term for lack of better words, but they were smoking crack since I was a child. And they still smoking crack. Like, all for $1. For filthy lucre. I done watched grandmothers, aunts, not in my personal family, but I'm talking about a lot of people's family. A lot of the elderly give all their money to the church. Every single damn dollar. Donating to the church. And when things hit the fan and everybody was losing jobs, Social Security getting cut, everything, I watched the churches not give people's aunties, grandmas, nothing. I'm talking about leave them with nothing. The church ain't come through and help no damn body. Nobody. All they did was take. So when I say, in a sense, I hate money, I just hate what it does to people. I understand the purpose of it. I know what money is for. I get it. I don't mind distributing and helping others. I know that, listen, I'm a man with sin. I know that charity covers the multitudes of sins. Sometimes I give because I know that I've sinned. I trespassed. And it's like, Lord, I'm sorry. Like, what can I do? Let me give to somebody. Let me cover the multitudes of these sins. Let me do a righteous act for someone. Let me try my best to, because nobody's perfect. He who says he's without sin is a damn liar. The truth ain't in him. Me, I'm just a vessel. For whatever reason, the Lord chose me to be able to speak this word to y'all. Me personally, sometimes, listen, I don't think all that highly of myself all the time. And a lot of the Most High's chosen feel that way. A lot of us, everybody else around us see a light, they see the truth. But when we look in the mirror, we got to see our own imperfections. We got to see the things we got to work on before, the Most High would send his son to come back. We got to see the things we got to work on. At the end of the day, we just people. The Lord gonna use who he gonna use, man. So we gotta be in the spirit of being more giving, helping others. I done said this before. I hope that these type of videos make you better people, to help people who are less fortunate, because there is a lot of people that's suffering and struggling out there due to this economic collapse. I pray if you have any substances in abundance, that you help those. When you see them outside the grocery store, when you see them in the streets, like, help people. Give them goodie bags. Like, do this. And don't do it to be seen. Don't do it for vanity. Don't do it because you know that your riches are stored up in heaven, and it's just stuff. Let it go. And also, not the Most High. Listen, we already have the whole world. It's already ours. It's over for their kingdom. It's over for their kingdom. It's over. We already have everything. The Lord just got it stored up for us. Some of it he gonna give to it. Some of it he gonna give it to us on this earth, so we can do what we're supposed to do on this earth. But a lot of it is stored up for us. He's just waiting for. Listen, the Lord has to be able to trust us with finances. He has to be able to trust us. He has to be able to give us something, and we do exactly what we're supposed to do with it. Right now, with all that's going on, next week, you got the inauguration. We don't know what's going to happen. Some of y'all got some money that y'all got saved up. Y'all need to go prepare. Grab some food. We don't know what happened. It might be a power outage. It may be some looters. You might need a weapon. You don't know what's going to happen. The FBI got all 50 states on high alert for armed protest, which, if you watching and you paying attention, you already know the agenda behind it. You already know the agenda behind it. I don't even need to say it, because when I tend to say things before they happen, that's when, I got to deal with certain things. But be prepared. Some of us got to get prepared. Yep. Man, we at 999 on likes. Somebody hit one more like button for me. Let's get this thing on 1,000. All praises to the Most High. We got 1,000 likes. GLA, thank you for the super chat. And everybody who has sent super chats, your donations are highly appreciated. I love y'all, and I appreciate that. GLA says, thank you for you sharing your wisdom with us. Blessings to you. All praises to the Most High, the God of Israel. Somebody said, how you send money. I also have a Cashapp at $Newbreed404. But I thank you for all donations. A lot of the times, my Cashapp donations, a lot of the times I'm just giving it to people who need it. There's a lot of people who be needing medications for their children. There's people who be needing food, like groceries. And what I'll do is I'll take a certain amount every month of the Cash App donations. And what I'll do is I'll distribute it. I'll distribute it to people who are in need. Also, what I'm going to do on Patreon, on my next live on Patreon, if you don't follow me on Patreon, you need to follow me there. I'm going to pick a random person on Patreon, a random person who has pledged a year pledge, a random person who's pledged a year pledge and done top tier. I'm going to bless them. I'm going to bless them with $100, and you pretty much going to get back what you've done. Like, you're going to get back a great amount. I'm just going to pick a random person who's been around, who's been helping, and, just kind of give back to my Patreons as well. Because it's time to distribute, and I know the Lord has shown me who gets that 100. And, we're going to do things like that. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to, for people who've been supporting the channel, and that's just what it's all about, because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm blessed. The Lord, I got food, shelter, and raiment. I'm happy with the small things. And anytime I'm in need, I seem to get what I need. And the Lord blesses me. So, I don't have no problem distributing and helping others, Somebody said, very powerful breed. Thank you. Shalom, brother. Absolutely. Thank y'all, because without y'all support, This channel would not be where it's at. We on the road to gaining 100,000 subscribers. And from that point on, it's just going to keep growing. It's not going to stop, ladies and gentlemen, because I truly understand that the Most High is blessing this ministry. I understand my purpose and I understand what this is about, and it's going to keep growing. And it's because of y'all, the people who've been around for years and actually been supporting, the people who come in all my chats, the people who get in the comment section and actually interact on every comment section. Man, y'all don't know how much of a blessing y'all are to others. People who share these videos and chop them up and take certain parts off my live streams and share them on Instagram and share them here and share them there. Man, y'all don't know, y'all actually helping do the work because you helping wake the people up. Because it's only a matter of time when we're going to have to unplug, let go, and let the Lord do what he's going to do. And I'm going to tell you, some people who stashing everything and getting ready for what's to come, some people don't even understand what's going to come. Like, they don't even get it. Like, yo, when we was delivered from Egypt, the sea got split. What's going to happen this time around? Yo, the deliverance of God's chosen. Yo, the world powers are desperate for a reason. They don't even know what's about to happen. They don't even know what Christ's about to do. Matter of fact, that gotta be my next stream. That gotta be my next stream. Gotta talk about what, man. Oh, I just got all kind of downloads in my mind, man. What? That gotta be my next stream of the deliverance of the chosen. I'm telling you right now, that gotta be my next stream, because I don't even think people understand the power of our God. Listen, this pandemic thing, COVID, all God, listen, the Most High God is responsible for all of this. I'm telling you, we give the world powers too much damn credit. You're going to find out. Oh, you're going to learn that day I put that stream up, you're going to learn that the Most High got his hands in all this. Everything he going to do, it fits right into the Bible. Man, oh, man, y'all going to see. Yeah. All praises to the Most High, man. Thank y'all. Somebody said, hop, little bunny, hop, hop, hop. Oh, man, my daughter be listening. My daughter be listening to this cartoon, right? And that's what I be hearing on the TV. Look, my daughter listening to it. Hop, little bunny, hop, hop, hop. Soon as I seen Meek Millie tooted up, hopping around like a Playboy bunny, I swear that's the first thing that popped in my mind. I was like, oh, my goodness. Not Meek Millie. Not the man with the rollie on the wrist. No. He's not hopping around like a little Playboy bunny for these billionaires. No, we can't be in it. It can't be. Lord, say it ain't so. What's next? What's next? I can't even imagine what Jay-Z and Sean Puffy Combs did. I don't even. Man, come on. And look, the billionaires, they was disrespectful as hell. You just heard the tone in their voice. They humiliated that man. They was like, yeah, Meek, hop around. Hop around, Meek. Learn how to play tennis. Little stepping, I don't know what in the stepping fetch it I seen, man. That caught me way off guard. Anyway, man, I'm going on and on, man. I'm going on a tangent here. I'm having a good time with y'all as always, bro. I got a whole lot of energy. I'm working with little to no sleep, but I still got a lot of energy. I was up working on a lot last night. But man, hopefully y'all enjoyed this stream. Thank y'all for supporting. I see somebody else with a super chat. Every time I try to leave the stream, somebody throw a super chat in there. Who is that? Let me acknowledge this brother. The Black Wolverine, be blessed. Absolutely. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Man, I love going live with y'all. Yeah, no doubt. We be needing rest, man. I gotta give me some rest, bro. You ever just be going on and on and on? Kimberly Jones just sent $100 Cash App. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, Kimberly Jones. Highly appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat, Kamisha. Highly appreciate you. Salute. Thank you. Thank y'all. All praises to the Most High. But listen, y'all ever been going so hard, right? Just working and doing different things, and then all of a sudden you just crash. It's like the Lord just hit the off switch on you. Like he just straight turn your light switch out. That's some of the best sleep ever. I mean, you just be drooling and everything, bro. You just fall right on out. But anyway, that might end up happening in a couple of hours, man. I've been going full-fledged. But man, thank y'all. All praises to the Most High. Thank y'all for y'all support. Hopefully y'all learned in this video and it made you, look at things from a different perspective. Thank y'all. All praises to the Most High. With that being said, shalom and peace.